Okay, I thought I'd hop on a minute before we get started and just check my sound. Can you guys hear me? I hope so. I got a new mic, so I'm thinking it should work well. So anyway, let me know. Let me know. Right now, what you're looking at are all the things that I have made for my Christmas journal. So this is what I'm doing this month, and so super happy to be able to look at all of this stuff. And this is all a this is all the how do I want to say this? This is all the result of Mega Make Mondays. So I'm super stoked about these, and yeah, I want to share, but I don't want to share until I can get somebody to say, "Hey, I can hear you." So once that happens, because I don't want to start all over again. So let me put in the chat. Can anyone hear me? So it should be working. Let's see. I don't want to. Oh, actually, yes. I just turned the volume up and I could hear. Okay. Anyways, I feel good about that. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if you don't know me, my name's Christy. I'm with Junk Journal Boss. And we are going to be doing this live stream on Wednesdays at 3. And today, what this is going to be, the Wednesday live streams are going to be just me doing, working in whatever it is I want to work on. And I'm contemplating doing a regular Monday and a regular Friday. Also, I'm going to try that this week. So if I can get enough interest, then yeah, for sure that I want to definitely I want to definitely get something going here where I can hop on and entertain you while you're doing your junk journaling. So what you're looking at right here this is my Christmas stuff. The first thing that I need to do is to make a reverse piano hinge in here, because I've already added my pretty little flower that I made on the Mega Make Mondays. And so, yeah, I want to add a couple of signatures. And so here's one that I've already put together, but I wasn't sure how I was going to, what I wanted to do with it. So I believe that I will probably do a pamphlet stitch, a 3-hole pamphlet stitch on this. And I should probably do a different kind of pamphlet stitch, but I don't know, it's not really my favorite thing to do. So let's put a couple of these things together, and as I pull them out to put into the journal, I'll tell you, because these are not all my ideas or anything. These are the result of me. Some of the things that I had laying out there are the result of me, participating in other people's live streams. So I'll share that, and I will tell you how you can go find those people. Well, one in particular. I think I might have used more ideas than that, but I'm not sure. So let's see what we got here. I've already got one signature together, but I want to do another one, and then I want to do something a little bit less. Well, maybe I should do the actual reverse piano hinge. So sorry, bear with me. It's been a bit since I've done this, and So let me see if I can find an example of what I want to do. So usually I create a reverse piano hinge a little bit different, but then I learned how to do it, you know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's something like this. And I don't necessarily remember how this is. Okay, I guess I'm going to just do it my way, guys. So, whether this is a reverse piano hinge or not, I don't know. So this means that I'll do the signatures first. And the signatures I need, this is, I believe, a 4x5 journal. I've already made this cover, and this, if it's not already posted to my blog, you will be able to see how to cover just regular cardboard. Looks like a 5x6. So the signatures I'm going to be making out of Christmas cards. So this one's 5x6. And then I want to make another 5x6 as well. I think I have a couple of Christmas cards up here. Oh, I got my box. Excuse my pajamas. Okay, I've been rearranging stuff all day, you guys. So I got in the office and I just never got dressed. So if you hate that, sorry. But I want to look in here and see if I've got some Christmas cards that I can either cut down or I believe that's what I did with this one, was I cut this down to be 6 inches. So, oh, here's one that might be, I don't know, that's weird, huh? And I kind of want it to be, you know, similar in coloring as this, so it's not going to be totally weird. It looks like we're probably going to have to ink edges and stuff like that just for continuity. And so, oh, this is a cute one too. And look at all that patina. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for a minute and let that just be there. I think, no, I think the sparkles I want to be more gold toned. So I do love this thing right here. So I might cut this off and just use it for one of my other signatures. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just cut right on here. It's still a pretty card even without this, so try not to cut the card. All right. So we're going to put that back in my box. And then put these ones, because these ones are more silvery, so I don't really want to use those. But yeah, I think I will make one out of this, one out of this, and then one out of just my regular Christmas paper. I've got plenty. I can use something like this and add that on there. Or this. I don't know. I'm not sure. So first I think I want to go ahead and patina these. Do the edges. So this is like a shiny. I'm not real sure just yet what I want to do. What I want to do with things that are more shiny. I tend to like to work with, you know, papers that are more flat in texture and not like glossy and shiny and everything. But I liked this one so much that I really just wanted to do this. a little bit. So, I mean, this helps. This helps. And I think I'm just going to do the edges on this side because I can just glue something, you know, just another Christmas something here. And the edges will be fine. Right. It is 83 here in sunny California, which probably isn't a real surprise to you guys, but it's like 40 at night, which I don't know. I guess that's about right. It's just, I don't know. Hey, Bonnie. Welcome. Good to see you over here. I'm working on my Christmas journal today. And right now I'm working on putting together the pages for the signatures. And I am using Christmas cards for the signatures. So I'm going with, since the book is 5 this way and 6 this way, I am going to mark where I'm going to cut this with my good old Ticonderoga pencils. Does anybody use these pencils? These are the best. So I homeschooled my kids for like 20 years, right? And we used so many different kinds of pencils. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. We used so many different kinds of pencils, all the cheap kind and whatever, you know, and because these ones were just like kind of like gold, you know, and we couldn't afford it back then to always use these kinds of pencils. But ever since I could start affording it, seriously, no other pencil, aside from drawing pencils, which I really like, no other pencil can compare for just a regular writing pencil. So I am a Ticonderoga pencil snob, and now you know it. Sorry for the noise. All right, so now we've got that. I really hope I don't have to cut that off, because that is such a cool vintage look here. But okay, so it's like 5.5. So let's see what happens if we set this right in here. What that's going to do is it's going to show this edge right outside of it, and I really think that this is the bomb. So I'm going to keep it. Hi, Kinser Crafts. What's your name? Let me know what your name is. Yeah, Ticonderoga all the way, honestly. So, I'm going to pull this out and set that aside. So now here's my, it's going to be recorded right here on YouTube. So you'll be able to come back and watch it whenever you like. Again and again and again if you want. I'm kidding. So what we're going to work on today is the signatures. Yvonne, welcome, Yvonne. I don't think we've met before, and I'm grateful you're here, and Bonnie too, and anybody else who's here who has not posted anything in the chat yet. But you know, it's a friendly video live stream, I mean. And you know, I've been to so many really nice live streams where everybody is just so kind and so supportive and everything like that. As a matter of fact, Bonnie, do you live stream? Because I want to try to make it to yours too when I can. I would love that. And if you do, well, I'll wait for you to answer before I go on about it. But remember American Greetings, you guys? I think this is really cool just to kind of leave in there. American Greetings. Todd's grandma used to work for American Greetings for years and years ago. Oh yeah, that's great. Well, when you do, I would love for you to let me know that, because I'm kind of getting into the rhythm of, you know, supporting other junk journal bosses out there. And you know, one of the things I really like is to you know, support other crafters. Sure, no problem at all. So, Yvonne, you said you are a past homeschool mom. Yeah. I did that for 20 years, from about 1995 to about 2015-ish. And homeschooled 3 kids who are all much older now. Oh, cool. I love paper crafts, Bonnie. Honestly, paper just is, I don't know. I can just really kind of just look at paper and be like, oh my God, paper. So anyway, yes, I'm a little weird about paper, but listen, it's fun. And it's a really great way to like repurpose things. So you'll see, if you follow me long enough on my streams or watch my videos, you'll see that I'm often using, well, maybe on my videos I haven't been so much, but lately I've been really into doing, you know, using a lot of different kinds of paper. And part of the reason for that is because my mother had so much paper. And I brought home so many different kinds of paper, because my mom apparently was a paper queen also. And so now, you know, it's, I don't know, it's getting reinforced again for me. I can remember going to a paper store with my grandma one time and just like marveling at all of the fantastic paper there was. And, you know, for most people, paper's not that exciting. But for me, I don't know. I love it. Love paper. And all different kinds too. So I think this would look good if I just were going to put this inside, and that would be a good first page, I think. First thing, good thing to open to, that contrast. Yvonne, you have done live streams on Facebook? Oh, nice. Honestly, you know, I love using old cards. I used to do cards a lot too, and I just haven't in a while. But what I do like to do, as you can tell, is I like to use greeting cards instead of, you know, throwing them away. I don't know about you guys, but anything that like my kids gave me or whatever, no, I like it better against the red. Anything that my kids gave me, if I try to throw it away, it makes me feel like I'm throwing my kids away. Is anybody like that? It's kind of dumb, but honestly though, you know, I don't want to throw my kids away or my family. So the box that I had up here on my desk earlier was one that had like old greeting cards from years and years ago. Could be at least 30 years of greeting cards that my mother had, you know, gotten from family and things like that. And you know, like I said, I just hate to throw that stuff away because it's just so good. You know, such good stuff. So here I am, just absolutely going nuts with the greeting cards and all of the paper and all of that. So let's see. I think I need some more paper. Let's see what I can find here. Well, I'm definitely not using these colors, but let's see. I got all kinds of neat paper. I wish I had like a one that had green. Actually, can I just have a graph pad in every single color in the world? Because I would love that. Okay, I gotta dig into some of these old papers that I have. And let's see. All right, so this one won't do, and neither will this one, but this one will. School 2 boys, kindergarten to college. Yeah. Yeah. My kids are, you don't have to say if you don't want, Yvonne, but my kids are, you know, if you're nervous about that, but my kids are actually now, let's see, my youngest is 27, and then that makes my oldest 37, and my middle child is, I believe, the older's 37, then the middle child's 34 or 35, one of the two. There's always that 1 year, right, that you just can't really know for sure because it depends on the time of year, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tear these. Just gonna do it the easy way here. This is a much pleasanter sound. All right. Oh, Bonnie, 42 girls, 41 and 23. Wow, that's a good gap, huh? 18 years, 24 and 21. All right. Yeah. Anyone have grands? I have one. And he is Kieran the Great. And he's 12. And really just a fantastic kid. Love him, love him, love him. All right, I think I'm going to start pulling in some other Christmas scraps here. So these are just a bunch of prototype things that I did for another event. Ooh. And so I'm just going to grab these. Always good to be able to use your old stuff for your junk journals. Huh. That makes you special, Bonnie. You're the special one. The special one. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's just go ahead and just keep adding paper to this. And let's fold this one. Ooh, this one goes like that. That's a weird color, huh? Oh. I guess I must have ran out of ink right here. So I am going to see what I can do about creatively covering this. And so I've made some cards, journal cards, just out of scraps and things. And so maybe one of these will match. I mean, this one looks pretty close to that size. None of them are as close, I think. So I think I'm going to go with this. And then I will cut some of the top off and re-ink. That will be good. Why not? Why not? Why not? All right. So is everybody ready for Christmas? Okay, that doesn't have any journal card behind it, so that's good. Okay, thanks for coming by, Yvonne. See you next time. So I am not ready for Christmas, but we are not big celebrators anyway. So the whole, big family, celebration and stuff, it's kind of not really for any of us. I don't know. We're all just kind of, we like to keep to ourselves, I guess. And plus, who can afford all the presents for everybody? I know that a lot of people don't do that. For a bit, I was trying to just make handmade gifts, which I did that. I was in that for a while. I was doing that, and I don't know. I think I had mixed reviews, I think, on that. Some people really liked it. Some people, did not. And that was okay. But I made things like soap and, candles and, practical things like that. All right. So this year I am going to probably make another turkey at Christmas. I bought a ham yesterday, and so we'll probably eat some of that. I've been doing this thing I keep wanting to say feeding the freezer. Do you guys know what that means? But anyways, I keep wanting to make stuff and put it in the freezer because I really don't like to cook really long meals every day or whatever. I actually don't even want to cook every day. So if I have good meals in the freezer, I'm super happy about that. And then we have something good to eat. So yesterday I cut up, a fully cooked spiral sliced ham, and put all that in the freezer, vacuum sealed it and everything. And so I'm excited about that. But at Thanksgiving, we didn't end up having much turkey left. And the turkey that we did have, I don't know, I think we left it in the fridge for too long, and I didn't want to trust it, after so long, So I think I'm going to do that again. Make another turkey. So, and it's going to be good. I promise you it will be good. So I've got more sticking out here. Do I like that? I think it's going to be okay. And it looks kind of like a long tab, which, it's not, but it'll be fine. And I can put some more pages in, but even if I do put more pages, they don't have to be anything special because I'll always just be coming back and decorating them as well. So, anyhow, you guys have plans for Christmas? Are you guys big family people? Like to be all around your family and stuff, and you know, do all the presents and everything like that? All right, I think I'll clip this one together. I'm Butterfingers today. Butterfingers. So I'm starting to realize that I kind of like to... Hey, Carrie! Yay! I'm glad that you came by. We're working on my signatures right now for my Christmas journal. So already my signatures, this one is way too big. And so, you know, we're just going to go with it. And now I'm going to make my third signature. And that is going to be, I think maybe out of this one. But wait, it's going to end up being for something. Okay, maybe not this one. Let's see what other things I have. So these happened because I printed on the wrong side with my inkjet printer, and the inkjet printer didn't like that at all. So none of these are lengthwise, so I think I might just end up using a piece of store-bought something or other. And this one has a whole lot of different, or I have this one, which I think it matches a lot better. So I can just pick, you know, one of these ones that, you know, isn't totally directional. So let's find that. This is a, I so like this a lot. This is a pad that I got from Hobby Lobby years ago. I have a few of them, you know, when they let them go for like $5. Closer to Christmas. I'm pretty sure I probably got them with like birthday money or something, because my birthday is in a couple of days. And so, you know, I like to go shopping, but guess what? I am not going to buy anything consumable. And I don't know how I feel about all that, because I know there's going to be some great sales. But I said I would do a excuse me for yawning. I'm really not bored. I said I would do it a no spend December, and apparently I didn't think that through. I thought it would be easy, but it's not going to be easy, guys. So there you have it. There you have it. Yeah. Yeah, this paper, I love it. I've been making everything out of it. And usually I make my own digital papers. I think this is like, this looks off. Let me try. Let me measure it out with this. For some reason, this just looks weird. Oh, I don't know if my eyes are like, you know, sideways or something, but it seems like the paper cuts that I do are not straight, but then when I see the, oh, I don't think that's going to look very good on here. Okay, we'll use this for something else. When I look at it, when I measure it out, it's fine. But for some reason, lines are looking slanted to me. It's very weird. Okay. So, I guess I won't be using that one that way. And this one's not quite long enough. I suppose I don't really need anything there. I can think of it later. Do they not have, Bonnie, do they not have just that particular paper pad, or just not their paper pads at all? I've gotten a few there for Christmas at really cheap prices, and I just love them so much. And I have a $25 gift certificate, you guys. Boy, I really did not think that through, did I? Ha. Anyway, I'll be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Okay. Hello, hello. If I haven't said hello to you, it's because I don't know you're here. But if you say hey, I want to say hey to you. All right, so let's see. I can do kind of bigger pages. I don't know if I want it this big. I think I really do just kind of want to cut this down about 1 inch just for good measure, and I'll just use this so I don't have to deal with my off-kilter eyesight here. Oops, let's do, yeah. All right. I hope that's not too skinny. I think it's fine. Let's see. I think I need a drink of my Diet Coke, guys. I don't know. Diet Coke doesn't provide that same zing as it used to. Oh well, what you gonna do? All right, so let's do this. Do a couple of these. And I'm gonna go ahead and crease these. Just make it easy. Probably gonna make the bottom a little bit weird, but I'm okay with that. I do not need to be giving into that perfection monster. I kind of want some different paper that's just not off-white or brown. Oh, shall I try a color? Or maybe what I could do is this. Is that I can add this inside of there, but I think that would be nicer in a different one. So let's go ahead and use a little bit of this. And this is one that I created. I did not do the artwork. The artwork I got from Creative Fabrica. Oh, thank you so much, Anita. I really, really appreciate you saying that. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I'm starting off 1996 with, well, I'm actually starting right now, but I'm starting off 1996 a little bit lighter with what I'm doing so that I can be here more. And, you know, just doing live streams, because honestly, this is really just what I love doing, you know. And I am getting I'm going to be 58, guys, this week. 58. And I don't think that's old by any stretch. It's just I never thought I would live to 58. So there you have it. There you have it. Okay. And we're going to have a lot of other color in here, so I'm going to go ahead and just keep using this one. And we're going to just simply just put together a bunch of papers and be happy with that. So I'm using a lot of this like school paper because my mom had a whole lot of it. And I love that. And I love that everything I'm doing right now. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, thank you. Oh, speaking of birthday, I, on Friday, am going to be doing a drawing for all of the people that come and talk in the chat. I'm going to be doing a drawing where, okay, anybody that talks in the chat, that chit-chats, is going to be put into a drawing for Happy Mail from me. Birthday Happy Mail. But it's my birthday, not yours. But I mean, it'll be like your birthday. So, yeah, I'm super excited for that because I have so much good stuff to share and it's just overflowing over here, and I would absolutely love to bless some people or somebody with that. I guess it'll just be one person, but you know, whoever I guess my number one is, I don't know if I'll do it that way, because then, you know, people that are popping in, you know, and chit-chatting might not have a chance to get it. So I don't know, I'll have to think on it a little bit more, but I just am digging the idea of, you know, picking somebody for Happy Mail. And the stuff that you're seeing, you know, unless the winner has a specific vibe they're looking for, you know, I'll probably send Christmas or, you know, something like that, Christmas things, and also some hang on a sec. Why am I not using some of these things here? Okay, sorry, I went somewhere for a minute. I've been arranging my stuff for quite a while now, and so I want to start sending some of it out to through Happy Mail, and like I said, I'm super excited about it because I have so much stuff, and I'm excited about getting my space back. But I'm also excited about sending stuff to you guys because I think it's such a cool thing. You know, I see y'all talking about Happy Mail and everything, and I'm like, I want to do that. So, you know, getting is fun, but sending, I bet, is probably super fun too. So, and like I said, remember, I'm on a no spend month here, and I just don't see how I'm going to be able to fit anything else in here, and yet I still have a whole truckload of stuff that I need to bring out of my truck, a lot of which is probably more of this. Oh, guys, I got some fantastic books. Carrie, if you're still here, oh my goodness, I need to tell you that video you did of you know, on the porch, and you showed all your books and stuff, dude. Oh my gosh, I was super inspired by that, and I went back to my mom's, and you guys, some of you guys that don't know me probably am like wondering like, why does she go to her mom's house and just take all of her mom's stuff? But it's because we're handling her estate, and so we have to get rid of all of her stuff, and you know, it's been really fun because she had just so much miscellaneous, right? Stuff I thought I was just going to give to, you know, the Salvation Army or Goodwill or something like that. You know, it'd be good for other people or whatever. But no, I had to keep it, right? Don't worry. We are giving much things to charity. And, oh, yeah, no problem. No problem, ma'am. I get it. But yeah, it's just, there's just so much stuff. And I got a lot of books. So the other day, after I watched Carrie's video, the other day I went and I looked with new eyes at the things my mom had and some of the stuff that I had put in the giveaway pile. And I found so many cool things. And I am super excited about using those books. And I know you guys, if you've been here and you've been listening to me, I've been geeking out over my my Encyclopedia Britannica set from the 70s that my mom bought for me and my brother when we were youngins. And it's just such a cool set. I'm just so deeply excited about it. And so I brought it home. My brother, he doesn't care about things like that. So, you know, I brought it home, and I cannot wait to start cutting it up, you guys. Because otherwise I'd have given that away, right? And not used it. And, you know, I mean, maybe at the Salvation Army or, you know, at charity, they don't really want books that are that old and that kids wrote in and stuff like that. But even if they did, even if they do, you know, I still wanted to keep it for my own memories, because I used to read those a lot. When I was a little kid, I used to read, maybe that's the reason why I like history now, but I used to read a lot of books about presidents. I had my own, I think it's called like the Look It Up Book of Presidents. Cool. I'm so glad you guys are here. The Look It Up Book of Presidents is one that I read. I also read, you know, the encyclopedias and, you know, stuff like that. And it was just so fun to, for me to read those things. Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. I was probably like on restriction or something for being naughty at that time. So, I mean, that wouldn't be so unusual. But, you know, but I got a lot of reading in that way. So, anyhow, good stuff. I think I'm going to go ahead and put one of these in. Let that be like that, and this be like this. Yeah, more power to you guys. I really like doing that too, and I really need to be doing that more. Just, you know, putting you guys in my headphones and running around the house and doing more chores. So pray for me, guys, because That's not what I'm doing right now. I mean, not right at this moment, but you know, with my life. I'm not doing that with my life. So, anyhow. Okay, I think I've got my 3 signatures together. I think I've got enough stuff. So let me set aside some of the things that I am finished using. Maybe not these ones. And set those aside. And then, so now what I can do, let's see, how much time have I got? An hour and 10 still? All right. So I'm probably going to have to sew these. I could staple, but I don't really want to look for my long arm stapler. So I'll just go ahead and sew them. And so any of you guys that haven't done a pamphlet stitch this way, you can learn. Able to find my little container of floss, but listen, that's not a problem, right? Ooh, look what else I found. So cute. Didn't really know I had that. All right, so my mom did a ton. Hey, how you doing? It's my birthday on Friday, so I've been kind of talking about that, but not because I want you guys all to wish me happy birthday, but because I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be choosing somebody, doing like kind of a little raffle for participation, you know, in the chat, and I'm going to send Happy Mail out to some lucky person. You never know. You might get some floss. You might get some ribbon. I don't know. What do you think? How you doing today, Desiree? I hope you're doing well. Thank you. I'll remember that. I'll remember that on Friday. So let's see. Let me just try to focus, because right here, looking at all these things, I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I love fabric, I love paper, I love, I don't know what that's doing there, but I love all this stuff, and I just want to touch every single bit of it. So let me set it aside, or else I'm going to get very, very sidetracked. All right, so now I am looking for, I got my red floss. I think I'm just going to use that. And let's see. That's okay. That is okay. You know, I mean, you get to a point, honestly, where it doesn't really matter anymore, you know? I mean, I didn't tell you guys it was my birthday. Did I say? I might have said it on my thing. But the only reason why I would have said it is because I want to do the birthday Happy Mail thing. Otherwise, you know, so I have to have an occasion, right? It's my birthday. And so if it has to be my birthday, then it has to be yours too. So there you go, right? Okay. So if you're doing like if you're going to do like a 3-hole something, you should probably have a template. And let's see. Let me find a piece of cardboard. Yeah, there we go. And what I want to do is cut this down to 6 inches. Yeah, I'm going live on my birthday. I'm starting to get really excited for going live, because it's just really fun, and I'm starting to kind of move away from being, you know, concerned about this is going to sound bad, but you know, concerned about making money. I guess that doesn't sound that bad, but it'll be at 3 here on my channel. As a matter of fact, you guys can find any live streams that I'm going to be doing in the future. You can find those at in the live tab, not at, but in the live tab, and then set it to notify you. I believe there's like a button. I use it for carries and for DJs and anybody whose live stream I want to go to, which is everybody's if I know about it. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Pacific. Apologies. Yeah, I'm Pacific time, so anything I do is going to be Pacific time unless otherwise stated. So, let's see. I don't know why that just happened. Butterfingers. I knew I was going to do that crooked. Okay, let's try it again though, real quick, because I want to make sure that I get them all lined up. So that's that. That's good. This one, not so much. Nice. Thanks, Desiree. Super appreciate you. Super. I'm not sure who I got this idea from. It could have been Carrie. It could have been Mama Juju. But I went over and with Distress Ink on these little reinforcements that I've been having in my stuff for years and years. And now I can use them pretty effectively on my tags. And I'm also going to use it right here because I don't really want to be confused by the first punch that I did, which was uneven with the others. So there you have it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do is I want to do anybody who participates in the chat on Friday will be entered into a drawing for Happy Mail. And the reason why that is good for you guys is that I have a lot of vintage looking stuff that, you know, we all love, right? Yes, do that. I love that little scrap journal that you gave me. It was so cute, so full of personality, and it was all done with scraps. You're getting them out. Yeah, get those out. So I'm really excited about doing Happy Mail because I've not done that before because I'm not really excited about going to the post office. But what I am excited about is, you know, is making somebody else happy, you know, making one of you guys happy and all that good stuff. One time I did, this was really cool, something I did with someone in a group years ago was we did an exchange, you know, signatures, and we both did really big, thick signatures based on the topic that we were doing a journal in. And at that time I was doing Ezra's oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called, Dark Ephemera journal. So if you probably can see it, like if you look years back, there's a really cool like silver journal with the back crisscross ribbons. So cool. But anyway, so she sent me one of those, a nice signature for that. And I sent her something with bees, a nice fat signature with bees. So it's fun. All right, so right now I'm just poking my holes. I don't want to move any of these paper clips right now because I most definitely will get these all off kilter. All right, so let's see. I'm using a large eye needle, and probably what I should do, just for good measure, is, if I could find it, is to use something to, oh goodness, it's lost. It's lost. Let's see, maybe I got one in here. Nope. Future Christy, Future Christy. Today's Christy does not think past Christy. Let me just say that way. All right, well, I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'll just have to thread the needle the old way. That takes longer, and I don't like that about threading needles. It looks like it's getting a little dim, so I'm going to up the light so my almost 58-year-old eyes can see. Awesome. Thanks, Carrie. And Desiree both. I'll love to see you guys there. Don't you know that this... Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So, I do this the same way every single time. It's probably the easiest stitch, but there's a lot of really neat stitches that I would like to do, but, like in theory, but, but that I don't really want to take the time to learn because, hand sewing my journals is not the fun part for me. Making the journals is fun. I like covering journals with paper, and my journals are usually made out of cardboard, like, Amazon boxes or cereal boxes or something like that, because I just totally dig the whole vibe of using recycled materials. So just love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Yes, I still tie my bows with the rabbit ears. Don't judge. I still tie my shoes that way too. All right. Oops. Oh no. Did you see what I just did? I just tore out my bow that I worked so hard on. All right. So I think what I'm going to do though is maybe do a double tie on this, like I do with my Vans. Does anybody wear Vans tennis shoes? I grew up in Redondo Beach and Huntington Beach, so Vans were like everything. So anyway, there we go. There's one. All right, and that's how pretty it looks with the red. do the next one. I think I'm getting to the point where I don't really want my shoes to be tie shoes anymore. I might just be getting myself a pair of slip-on Vans. Well, maybe that's what I asked for Christmas for my husband, because he says, you always know what you want. And that is true. Sure, he'd be happy to get that. We both grew up by the beach, so you know, we know the value of a good pair of Vans. All right, so let me know if you guys want me to explain this. I feel like everybody knows how to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch and does not need that instruction, but hey, you know, if you want it, let me know. Otherwise, I don't want to tell you something you already know. I'll tell you other things that you don't know. So I have been watching old 70s movies because that's my era that I grew up in, and I especially like old 70s horror films. Yeah, I guess that's probably the only 70s movies that I like, because they're so weird and off the wall, and 70s was a weird time for TV and movies. So but I love old films like you know, with, do you guys remember, I don't know, maybe I'm dating myself, and if so, that's just fine. But old Donald Sutherland movies, where you know, because he was in a lot of, like, you know, horror type movies way back when in the 70s, and so I just watched Don't Look Now. Let's see, what else did I watch that he was in? Well, I mean, there's always Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which is really, really fun. And I am not going to do anything more with this bow. I think I'm just going to leave it like this. But yeah, I guess it's probably because I was like I was like 10 in 1977. So I guess I was, you know, under 10 for most of the 1970s. And, you know, my mom used to watch a lot of stuff like that, you know, and so most of the time it was okay. Sometimes it was just horrible. So, and I ended up scared for months, but, yeah, so, but I remember all these old, you know, movies, old actors like Donald Sutherland, Julie Christie, Karen Black, and, you know, just others. And they're just really fun to watch those movies. Do you guys remember? Did you guys happen to be traumatized by Trilogy of Terror? That's a really super fun movie. And so I don't know who has not seen that. Please admit it if you've seen it. But anyways, it's the one with the little doll that Karen Black brought home, and then something happened, like, you know, and I think like a little necklace fell off or something like that, and chaos ensued after that. And so, oh, you know what, Desiree? I gotta just tell you right now that Jaws lived under my bed, for years after I saw that movie. And so every time I would get out of my bed, because I had this really cool really cool canopy bed. And it was super cute and everything, but it was off the ground, so it kind of freaked me out. And so when I got off my bed in the morning or whenever, I had to jump across the floor. It was absolutely horrendous experience. And yeah, the other horrendous experience I had was after my parents watched Night of the Living Dead, and they were trying to make it, funny, and it wasn't funny. It was absolutely horrible. But anyways, I somehow sat through it, and I don't know why. Probably because I was too scared to go in the back of the house after the opening scene. Barbara, they're coming to get you. Yeah, but I was like pretty traumatized for a long time. So I was convinced that zombies were coming down into the cul-de-sac, and we were last. We were going to be the last to go. So crazy. Oh, yeah? Carrie says, I grew up in the Florida Panhandle where part of Jaws 1 was filmed. Fantastic. Was it like on the beach? Was it the part on the beach? Yeah, love that movie, honestly. Okay. Yeah, don't make the dog wait, Desiree. We have 2 dogs here, and we don't want to make them wait either. One of them's pretty elderly, so if we make her wait, she might not be able to. And you know what? And I get that, because guess what? My body is absolutely not going to take no for an answer. So I get that. Yeah. It's a pretty beach. Pretty beach, minus the sharks. But yeah, I'm a big Universal Studios fan too, so I've always loved all the like behind the scenes sort of stuff. And so I do watch a lot of like video content on YouTube about things like that, where things were filmed, etc., etc. So anyway, I got all of my signatures done. So now what am I going to do? Now what I need to do is make my I need to put these guys together. And how am I going to do that? Let me just think about it, because I didn't sew them to the spine here because I had already added the flower. I don't know why I did that, but anyways, it's all good. It's fine. But that means that I'm going to have to add a spine here. Okay, so I'm going to start with a piece of paper, and I think it would be fine to use one of these. I especially like this color. Even if it's sideways, I'm going to be okay with it. Well, maybe it won't have to though. So I'm going to make this not 6 inches tall. I'm probably just going to make this, I don't know, probably 3 inches tall. Maybe, let me go with 4. Just for good measure, just in case. And I am going to create like some hinges here, okay? And the way I do this is to get my scoring tool. This is not really a scoring tool, but it is a scoring tool. I use it for that. And I need a ruler also. And I think what I'm going to do is just mark it on this side because it's just much easier to see. And what I'm going for is, so this is 8.5 wide. So I'm going for 1 inch here and then half. Okay, half inch, okay, so 1 inch, half inch, half inch, quarter inch, half inch, quarter inch. Okay, half inch, quarter inch. So doing it this way, that means I would get 1 hinge and then a quarter inch in between. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually thinking that maybe I might just do them all half inch. And so I don't know if anybody's here who hasn't done this before, just do 1 inch, you know, the first measure 1 inch and then half inch all the way across until you get to the last inch, and that is going to be 7.5 in this case. And then what that's going to do is it's going to give me a hinge and then half inch in between. And being that I have, you know, some thick-ish signatures, that's probably going to serve me better. And there's plenty of space in that book, so. Let's see. Real quick. This is, I'm going to say just like 2 inches. So that means I'll have a hinge, an inch or half inch, hinge, half inch, hinge. Half inch, hinge, half inch. Okay, so it may end up leaving more space on this side, and that's really just totally fine for me. So I am going to start doing this scoring, and I'm just using a stylus. I don't like to use a super skinny side, but I also don't really, maybe I will. I'll try to use this fat side, but usually I like something in between. This might end up being okay though. If you use them too small, if they're like too skinny of a tip, you're going to end up with, you're going to break your paper fibers. And on this side, it might not matter so much, but even still, it's good to be in the practice of, doing it with using the right tool each time, just so you don't get out of the habit. Let's make sure. Might have to watch Jaws today, guys. Maybe later. Maybe not. I don't know. I just did watch Audrey Rose. I'm not going to mark that last one just yet. And that was like, you guys, Anthony Hopkins. And he was pretty young back then. Pretty young. He's an amazing actor. I just love him. So, yeah. So now I'm just going to kind of, what I'm looking for is I want a hinge, and then I want a half inch in between. So it's going to create a pattern of, for every hinge, it's going to be forward and then backward and then forward. Okay, so you can see here how this is creating these hinges, right? And now it's going to again be forward, backward, forward. But I mean, if you're watching this video and you're doing this with me, just know that this is what it's supposed to look like. So even if you were to, fold it the wrong way, you would still be okay because you can just fix it. Uh-oh. Just as I said that, right? Where's that one? Oh, I'm like way off of the score line. Okay, here we go. All right, back to work. Back to work here. All right. Okay, so now that I've got, let's see, 4 of these, I want to make sure that these are going to fit well into, actually, okay, so it looks like it's not going to fit as well, so I'm going to go ahead and just do 3. And then I'll go ahead and cut here. And then we'll see after I start gluing it and everything. Actually, I probably won't glue it. I really only like to use double-sided tape for these because you want them to be dry right away so that you can put them in the book. So that's my pro tip for this hinge spine thingy. All right, and so on each, okay, so it's like tape, skip, skip, tape, skip, skip, and tape. And I'm only going to do as many pieces of tape as hinges that I want. So I feel like I've got a hair sticking up. Do I? Have I been doing this all day long with the hair sticking up? Anyways, not like anybody's looking at me, right? Okay, and so what makes it easier for me to pull the backing off is just to get it really stuck. And then I can pull the backing off without pulling off the sticky stuff, the tape part. So there we go. Now we're going to stick that down, and stick this down. Okay, so what it looks like on the inside is this. Okay. These are going to meet, they're going to be stuck together. And on this side, this is what this looks like. And so I think I want it this, I'm not sure it matters which way it is. I do like it this way better though. So, let's see. So I think I could do a score here, but I think I can wait until I put this in. So I'm going to put this in the center. And also, I think I will cut off a 1/2 inch there. Just for uniformity, right? Just for good measure. So here's my 1/2 inch here. That should be good enough. And again, I'm just going to use double-sided tape for this. And yeah, this stuff works so well. And I get these in rolls, you know, on Amazon. It's like 3 rolls in a pack. It's just 1/4 inch. You can get other sizes as well. Just like the 1/4 inch, it works in a lot of ways. For a lot of things that I do, I should say. All right, and let's do this. And I think I'm also going to add one more here. And remember, that I said that I like to really press those down, which means that these got pressed down, but you could just move them back. Everything's good. Okay. All right. Welcome. Anybody new? So glad you're here. I would absolutely address you by name if I knew it. Okay, so let's see. This one did not quite stick down, so sometimes the double-sided tape wants to stay together. It's like nothing can take us apart. Nothing will get between us. But that's really not true. Because here I am, getting between you. Okay, so let's go ahead and add those in there, and that looks pretty good. And now we can just continue to do just like one. Do these two, and that's here and here. And then I'll do these two. Well, oh boy, this last one. It's like, I'll get you for this. All right. Oh boy. Come on. Oh, it is down. Oh. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here to make sure that this folds correctly is I'm just going to put my little, it's not really little, but my bone folder in, and that way it ends up looking pretty good. Check it out. What do you think? This, on the other hand, got really smashed, so, but that's okay. Tissue paper is really easy to, put back into shape. So, just put something underneath here maybe, just so I don't keep smashing the flower. All right, so now I can decide. I think I want this one in the back. So I am going to glue just this side here, and that has worked well for me. And I think I'll do the double-sided tape again. And I'll probably do some glue too, just so it doesn't come out, because it's not being held, between two of these hinges. It's just going to be held on one. Right, so I really wish I hadn't put that flower on there, guys. I really do. All right, so I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to add, some glue. Scoop this up on the side, put it all in between there, make sure this is centered the way I want. And now that should be in nicely. Okay. Something a little bit. Oh, here it is. Here's what I was looking for before. Okay. And so I think I'm going to put this one in the center here. And I think this time what I'm going to do is do the glue and the tape on the book itself, the signature itself, in between the two lines. Okay. So here's one. Oh, I guess it's just going to be like an inch. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. All right, so again, if you just got in here, I want to let you know that I will be back here on Friday at 3 Pacific. And what I will be doing on that day is taking down the names of everybody who chats during that live stream and putting you all in a drawing for Happy Mail. Who knows? Maybe I'll do 2. But I have lots of really neat stuff to share with you guys. And so I'm going to pick a couple of winners that day. And then I'll be sending you, the following week, I'll send you a package of cool vintagey things for your junk journal. This would be a perfect time for somebody that's new to junk journal, who needs to stock up their stuff. And because in this economy, you know, it kind of sucks and it's hard to afford things, let alone extras. So I just thought this might be a fun thing to do, to give out some of the to share some of the love, right? And so, okay, there's that. Let me make sure this one feels good. Oh boy, this one I think came off just now. Okay, stop it. Just stick. Just stick, please. So come back on Friday and be part of that. And it'll be a really fun day. What I'm going to be working on that day is not my Christmas journal, but oh goodness, I think I'm going to have to do a little bit more reinforcing here. Okay, let me just stop touching it. I'll tell you guys what I'm going to be doing that day while I am waiting. And this is the very start of something I'm calling my favorite things journal. I started talking about it on Monday during that live stream. If you want to catch that, I went over like all the really cool books that I just brought home from my mom's, and you know, some really fantastic keepsakes that were in our family that I brought back, and then just some other books that were like well patinaed and everything like that. But I'm going to be starting a favorite things journal, and this is going to be my Disney page, my Disneyland page. And the way I got this idea was actually, it wasn't supposed to be this at all, but I was watching Carrie Paper Monkey. She's here in the chat, I believe, and she was gluing these pages, really beautiful flower pages, onto I think it was like onto cardstock or something, so that she could use them in the future. And I had a bunch of calendar pages, like, you know, these big gigantic calendars, right? 12 by 12 maybe. And so I started doing that too. And then I ended up wrapping, because mine were wider, I ended up wrapping around this side. And I'm like, well, now what am I going to do? And so I just started looking through my books and everything and chose a few things that I wanted to put on a favorite things page. So I'm not exactly sure how this book is going to be. I guess it's going to be this size, right? And that's okay because I have a lot of favorite things, right? Because if you know me, I love everything. I love that. I love it. Anyways, so I'll have enough, but this is going to be my Disney page, and then whatever this one. Okay, this will be the other side, and then there will be another page here, and probably I'll cover it up some, if I don't have enough room over here, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave the pretty flowers to look at because I like flowers too. Oh, coffee dyed paper. Yes, that's what you were doing when he used to work at the airport. But anyways, it's a big, thick book, and they use like the best paper for the pages. All right, yeah, this is looking a lot better now. I needed to just let it dry a little. Okay, so here's what we're looking like, guys. You open it up, and you got, let me just pull that back a little bit, and you got Merry Christmas. I can see I'm going to have to glue this one again. But, and then, I just got some pages and some keepsake envelopes that I wanted to do. This is some coffee dyed paper that I did. Looks a little messy, but that's all right. And some school paper, this is parchment, and this is a recipe that my mom picked out and saved, and she saved a whole bunch of stuff like this. But this one I thought would be really fun because do you remember Heloise, you guys? So anyway, it was that, and also, the cherry pineapple nut cake. It sounded like something for Christmas. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different occasion, or maybe it's just, a favorite. But yeah, so that's what I've got in here. There's not much in it, but I believe probably next Wednesday I will be looking at adding some things. I can probably add some right now too, because I do have a lot. So now this is what my journal's looking like, which is really super cool. Thanks, Carrie. And so now I've got some stuff because I was doing Mega Makes with my Patreon peoples. And so I've got a bunch of different things, plus, just stuff I was playing around with. So now I am going to add my very first thing. And this is something I learned with, what is my friend's name? DJ, over at Hither and Yon Studio. And this is something we did inside of her membership. So I'm not going to really show you too much. But I love it. It's a button card, and it's really super cute, and I want to find a really nice place for it. And so it probably can go just right inside of here. I think it would showcase it nicely. So, yeah. Just going to add a little bit of ink here so that when I put this in, it will look not like it's surrounded by white. So if you guys want to know how to, I don't know if it's up yet, but I'm going to have on the blog, I'll have an article or a blog post about covering cardboard, to make a cover, junk journal cover. And so I've done a whole lot of that in the past couple of years, and so it's really, really easy for me to do, and it really is, earth friendly, I guess you can say, because you know, you're keeping stuff out of the landfill and everything. And you know, I'm not a big like Earth Day person or anything like that, but I do think that we affect the earth in ways that, you know, I don't really understand. And so I like to try to, you know, let this be my part. All right, so there we go. And let's see, I've got a couple other things. I got this cool little envelope, and these are made, you know, with some old hymn pages, and some, this is actually, this little piece of metal here is something that I made. I used to do some jewelry things and stuff. So I've made a lot of little swirly thingies like this. So I just added it on there with a bell, and it's super cute. I love it. And so I'll probably add that, and then I'll add this one, which is very similar. And I've got a bunch of envelopes and, you know, this kind of thing. And I think this is like my favorite color scheme. I'm not as much into the brighter, you know, Christmas colors, though I do have some. I really sort of like this, you know, distressed Christmas stuff. You know, that look is something I love. All right, so let's look in here and maybe add something into the cover. And I've got another button, another button card type thing. And I think I'll make this a pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue on 3 sides. And let me make sure I'm getting the right one. Yep, I am. And this will fit really nicely here. And we're going to let that, before we put anything inside, we're going to let it dry, okay? And let's see. That I didn't do any, yeah, I guess I didn't do it on a lot of these things. I'm just going to go ahead and ink these quickly, because I don't want everything to look, you know, I do like a distressed look, inked edges, vintage kind of stuff. And this is something I made a few weeks ago on a stream. And these were accordion, or this is an accordion. Let's see what happened here. Oh, nothing happened. Okay. This is an accordion folder. So you open it up and you've got this fantastic thing. And so you can put your cover. So I think I might put this here, you know, just center it right in there, because there is like that 1/2 inch there. And so I'll just go ahead and glue that on. I could use this as a pocket, but it might be really kind of an awkward pocket. And besides, the whole thing is pockets. Pockets, pockets, pockets. So that looks cool. Keep smashing my flowers, but that's okay. So that's what it looks like when I go into this book. It looks so pretty. I love it. Love it, and I love it, and I love it so much. Do a little inking. I haven't inked a lot of this, but I guess it doesn't look all that bad, does it? All right, so I think something needs to go here. I'm not sure what. So let's see. Probably I need to just get paper to cover that. the right size paper. And these here, what I did was just, there's the flap on the other side, and it's actually inside of the other envelope, I believe. And so let's see. Yeah, okay, here's the flap, and then here's the other one, and so there must be a flap over here somewhere. But I don't see it. I don't know. I don't know how it went. But anyways, whatever. There's also this that I made, and I'm not sure, I'm not quite finished with it yet, but it's like a hidden, wait, no, it's supposed to be glued into here. I thought I had one of these done, but I guess not. Anyways, you glue that into here, and then it becomes a like an interesting looking something. So you would glue it down here, and then you would just pull it out, and it's a journal card, right? Pretty cool. I had a finished one, and I don't really quite know where that's at, but whatever. Let's glue in some more stuff. If I glue in as much stuff as I can, guess what? I make some new things. Next time, next Wednesday. But alas, I really only have 8 minutes left, so I'll glue a couple things more in. And I think that will be somewhere in the back, because, or on the front of one of the, because of the bulk of the, oh, sorry, because of the bulk of the bell there. I think I'm going to work on that later. So this is another, this is an item I made last week. I designed it for my Patreon, and it's just a little bitty folio. It has another accordion inside, and it's got a magnet closure. So I can glue it in, or I can not glue it in, and I think I'm more inclined not to this time. But that means I've got to make a pocket, and guess what? Actually, I just did, didn't I? So I can add this one. Hopefully it will fit. I'm forcing the fabric a little bit, but other than that, it's pretty cute. It would look cuter somewhere else, I have to admit, but I'm not gonna figure it out right now. All right, and some of these little guys right here. So this is like a ripped envelope here. And so I'm gonna let this be the front of it. And basically, it fits perfectly. And let's go ahead and put it this way. So I really like making these cards. Like after I start working on something, I end up having a lot of different scraps, right? And that's what I do with these, is I just make, you know, what could be used as journal cards or covers or something else. So now we've got a little place that we can put other journal cards, right? In there, and now I just need to, you know, decorate the front of this or whatever. I don't know. I'm not ready to do that yet. And then I've got little pockets that can go in places. And again, you know, it can be glued on, or it doesn't have to. I'm kind of in the gluing mood, you guys. Honestly, I don't know if I like that it doesn't match really well, but then it could just me being, you know what, retentive here. So I'm going to go ahead and just go with that, because I do have a few different kinds of reds and greens in here, and I like it that way. And so there we go. And I don't know if I have anything small enough for this. Oh, this one's cute. It says naughty or nice. Naughty. Definitely naughty. Okay, so I think I can probably cut this one down and just ink the edge again, right along this brown one here. It does look crooked again. Just not going to worry about it. Unless it doesn't fit, you know. If it doesn't fit into my envelope, that will be sad. But anyways, so I have this little card. It can end up being a journal card. It can end up being, I can glue this and it can end up being like another pocket. I think I'll go ahead and glue this anyway. And then I'm going to put a pocket inside of a pocket. All right. Let's see now what can be next. So that's what I do, is I just basically go through and decide where all the big stuff is going to go, and after that, you know, I move on to the little stuff. I wonder if I can do this. I think I can and still let the American greetings show. This will end up being below it, and I don't know if it will matter. I'm tending to think not. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue this one in. I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom with the glue, but I will just kind of, and I think this bow will be kind of a callback to the red in the American greetings, and it will also leave me a little bit of space since it's on the back and I've got that extra ½ inch over here. It'll leave me the space for the actual bell, and it won't be getting too much in the way there. So that's nice. So look, it's filling out huge, right? And that's what I like these to end up looking like. And so I do still have 6 minutes. I thought I didn't, but I'm going to go ahead and just keep gluing stuff in. And I think I'll go ahead and cut this off because I don't like the way that looks very much. I think that looks okay, actually. Yeah, I like this better unfolded. So then, let's see what I can do here. Oh yeah, this will be cute. And so this is just a little envelope. I don't think it's a gusset envelope, but the outside of this it's actually a napkin. So this is something I did. I don't know if Desiree's still here, but this is something I did with one of Desiree's ideas, which was to glue to iron the napkin onto some black, why am I saying black? To iron the napkin onto some freezer paper. And so it turned out pretty cool. But one thing about that, though, is that sometimes that freezer paper doesn't hold forever, you know. It's just, you might have to do a little repair on it later because, you know, it's not like it's a big bunch of glue or anything like that. So, all right, so that's cute for now. You know, that's good enough for the moment. And so let's see where we can put this guy. And I'm thinking it's just going to go somewhere like this. Let me do a little bit of Distress ink here. trying to make it not look so stark. And let's see. Okay. This particular hymn paper is so thin. It's so old that it's so thin. And so it really flakes off easily. So I just kind of want to get it in a secure place and just leave it alone. And so that's the inside of that. But do you see how there's like rips right here and stuff? But I mean, I like the way it looks. It's kind of enchanting. And so we're going with it. Let's see. I do like this here. And this one is just got green on the inside and hymn paper on the outside. You guys, I'm regretting saying I'm going to do no by December. It's my little secret there. But will I still do it? Will I still do it? Yeah, I'll still do it. Definitely. I do have a ton of my own stuff, so it's like, why would I need to buy anything? But it's just that feeling of like, man, I would love to go and buy some more books. But I did just bring home a ton, right? If you want to see those things that I brought home, you can take a look at my video from Monday. I think I'm going to make this a little pocket back here. I don't know, it's too cute though, because it says naughty or nice, and I don't know. I think I don't want to. Okay, I think I'm going to put this here. Because I don't know who the Heaths are, who Gladys and Rob are, but they're a cute card that I found inside of my mom's stuff. So I don't want to throw away a Christmas card if I can use it. But heck, I just don't know who Gladys and Bob are. Sorry, Gladys and Bob, if you're still with us. There's going to be more that I got to do with this. I got to do something more because I just don't really love the way this looks. And there is just so many white pages. Should have thought about that before I put these together, but hey. We're going to work on this page another time, but I'm going to make this a pocket. And a cute one too. Right. And there we have it. It is time for me to be finished. So thanks for being here on this journey. I'll be here again next Wednesday, same time, working on this same project. But if you want to, like I said before, if you want to go check out my Monday's video where I showed you guys all the different books and printed materials that I brought home from my mom, you can do that. Please join me on Friday. And if you chat in the live stream, you'll be put into a drawing for Happy Mail. And as you can see, You know, this is the kind of vibe you'll probably get. And yeah. Anyway, thanks so much, Bonnie. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all of you being here, really. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye.